Hey everyone, and welcome to my kitchen this week for another weekly meal prep that is diabetic friendly, low carb, and low fat, but absolutely delicious. Today I am making two meals with you today in the quantity of four, so 4 portions of each meal. I am making a garlic Parmesan chicken pasta dish, and I'm also making bang bang chicken fried rice with a sriracha aioli on top. It will be absolutely scrumptious, and I'm so excited for it. So stick around to the very end, and I will see you there. But enjoy the recipes. I will link the recipes down in the description box below. Before we get started, please help me out and give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you at the very end. And I hope you guys enjoy all the recipes today. To get started today, I am making my bang bang chicken fried rice, which if you've ever had bang bang shrimp, it's like a shrimp tossed in a sriracha aioli. That's absolutely delicious. But this is the healthier knockoff of a chicken bang bang fried rice. So to get started, you're going to want to saute in a pan any veggies you like. What I love using are peas and carrots and an onion. So I'm going to dice this onion up, I'm going to turn my stove on, and I'm going to saute up for 4 portions, 1 onion and 1 whole bag of frozen peas and carrots. I'm going to get that started. And while that's cooking, I'm going to air fry some chicken to cook my chicken up. However, you can do whatever you would like. You can use a rotisserie chicken, you could use canned chicken if you'd like, but what I like to do is grab 8 chicken tenderloins, so 2 per serving, and I air fry mine in an air fryer at 400 degrees, 5 minutes on each side. And you can season that chicken however you'd like. So while my video is paused on my end, I will be sauteing my veggies up, and I will also be air frying my chicken. And then I will pop back in to show you what I do next. To this meal, I will be making a delicious teriyaki glaze to go in the rice, and I will also be making the sriracha aioli to go on top. So with this meal, it is 410 calories per serving and 33 grams of protein. So high protein for that amount of calories and super delicious and satiating. Perfect for a diabetic, to keep you full and focused throughout your day. So I will get that going, and I will pop back in to show you what comes next. Although I'm sure you guys can handle air frying some chicken, I just wanted to show you kind of what I do. I just line up my chicken tenderloins in my air fryer, and I season one side with pepper, with some salt, with some garlic powder, and with some onion powder. However, with this recipe, you can literally season your chicken however you'd like. Sometimes I switch it up and add some ginger to this, but today I'm just sticking with the onion, the garlic, and the salt and pepper. So I'm going to toss this into my air fryer at 400 degrees for 5 minutes on each side. So super easy to do. Let's make sure the time's lined up, and it will notify me at 5 minutes to flip the chicken over, and then it will finish cooking and I will be good to go. Just another little update here. Here are my vegetables just about done. It's the onions, peas, and carrots. I purchased the peas and carrots in a bag from Walmart. I believe it's maybe 10 or 12 ounces, and this will give me the 4 servings. So now that this is almost done, I'm going to scooch all these veggies to the side, one pan, and I'm going to actually crack 4 eggs into the pan to add some protein to this dish. So basically each portion will get 1 egg. So I'm just going to crack the 4 eggs, scramble them up, throw them in the pan, and finish that. Have those eggs finish cooking, and then I will pop this whole pan onto the table and show you what I add next to make this bang bang chicken fried rice. Now everything is all done with this fried rice. All I need to do now is assemble the bowls. So I have my eggs and my veggies all cooked up right here. So the first thing I'm going to add is 1 packet of ready rice. This is my convenience hack right here. You can add whichever rice you like. I'm using the jasmine rice, and I saved some money by using the Great Value brand. You're just gonna break this up before throwing it in there. And then to make it more lower carb and diabetic friendly, I'm also adding a pack of the Great Value rice cauliflower. And it's surprising, I am not a huge rice cauliflower fan, but I feel like when you add it in with regular rice, it kind of tricks you to thinking the whole thing is rice. Rice cauliflower definitely has a different consistency than traditional rice, but when you have some regular rice in these dishes, it does help, I will say. So I have that all mixed in there, and it looks great. And then now I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons for each portion. So for me, since I'm making 4 portions, I'm gonna add in 8 tablespoons of the sugar-free teriyaki sauce. I use the G Hughes. And if you haven't seen my channel before, I'm a very big person who likes to eyeball. So I'm going to eyeball and put in what feels right. And then now I'm going to add in 8 tablespoons of soy sauce. So same deal as the teriyaki, 2 tablespoons per portion. So I'm going to eyeball that as well. Do what I feel and stir it up. And I've made this dish multiple times before, so I can tell by the color of the rice if it is correct or not. There we go. And just so, if you are a diabetic, traditional teriyaki sauce does have a ton of sugar in it, so I would definitely recommend trying to find the sugar-free. I get mine at Walmart. They always have it there. That's where I typically find what I'm looking for. And then obviously, since this is chicken fried rice, I'm gonna wanna add my chicken to this. So I have my air fried chicken all cooked up and ready to go. And I am actually gonna chop it up in a second. I'm gonna put the rice into the bowls first. And then I'm gonna chop the chicken up and put it on top of the bowl. So I have my 4 bowls. I just purchased these bowls right from Sam's Club. They're the hefty to-go containers. I know they're not the most eco-friendly thing in the world, but it just works for me. It's so convenient to be able to toss them when I'm done with them and to be able to toss them in the microwave. I believe they are dishwasher safe too if you want to reuse them, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I do not reuse them. And they're cheap enough where I don't feel like, I feel like I can justify the price. What I'm saying is it's a dish I don't have to clean. I have my 3rd baby on the way. So I have 2 toddlers and then I am due in January with a little girl. So not doing dishes is always a part of my plan, if possible. Because between cleaning kids' sippy cups and cleaning up after them all day long, long story short, these to-go containers just make my life easier. So I digress. My rice is all portioned out now. So now all I have to do is take my chicken, and each bowl gets 2 tenderloins. So if you're making this just 1 portion, you're just gonna wanna give yourself the 2 tenderloins. Or if you're using a rotisserie chicken, that's even easier than what I did today. So I'm gonna toss 2 on top of each bowl. And then all that's left to do for this meal is make the bang bang sauce for the top. So super easy, super easy. I mean, it takes longer because I'm filming it, but all in all, I would say it took me maybe 25-30 minutes to throw this together, and that was with filming it. So that's pretty good. All right, my chicken's all chopped. So now onto the bang bang sauce. So for the bang bang sauce, one thing it calls for that I did not have was sriracha mayo. So I made it myself. I took light mayo, Hellmann's light mayo. I took about 2 tablespoons of that and I combined it with 1 teaspoon of sriracha. So I have my sauce right here and it looks the right texture and the right color if that's kind of what you're looking for. So the recipe calls for half a tablespoon per meal. So I measured that out and made that. So half a tablespoon of the sriracha mayo. Next, you're going to want to add in half a teaspoon of honey. So in my case, since I'm making 4 portions, I'm going to measure out about 2 teaspoons. There we go. And then a nice sprinkle of red pepper flakes because you want that nice zing. And it does have the sriracha, so that will definitely have a zing. And then last thing I'm doing is I'm actually adding a splash of water because I want to be able to drizzle this over top the bowls and it have a nice drizzly consistency. There we go. Might just take a second to get the consistency I want. Getting there. I know they do have, because I know honey is not the most diabetic friendly thing in the world either. I know they do have sugar-free honey. If you've ever tried it before, leave in the comments what your thoughts were on it because I have not tried it. So I always just take the extra insulin and just use regular honey, but you can do whatever suits your needs best. So I'm just drizzling, evenly distributing this over all 4 of the bowls, just like so. And it looks so scrumptious. So I will show you the end result There we go, and there we have my Bang Bang chicken rice bowls. Next up in my meal prep rotation today, I'm making my garlic Parmesan pasta bowls that are absolutely delicious. For this meal, it is 385 calories and 38 grams of protein, so another really great high protein meal. To get started and kind of amp the ante with the protein, I am going to cook half a box of the Barilla protein pasta on the stovetop. So I do have my pot of water boiling, ready to go for that. And also another thing I'm going to do to add some extra volume to this meal is I'm going to take one whole zucchini and I'm going to cook it up and add that to the bowls. You can add whatever vegetables you'd like, but zucchini is a great vegetable to add kind of a neutral flavor to any meal. And I think that zucchini goes great with pasta, especially being that it's summer and zucchini is in season. So I'm going to slice that up and cook it up, and that will also be added to my bowls. So I'm going to cook the zucchini, cook this pasta up, and then I will be getting started on my chicken. As a side note for the chicken, if you watched the last video, the last clip of my meal prep, I air fried my chicken. So for this meal, I will be doing the same exact thing. I'm going to air fry my chicken in a 400-degree air fryer, 5 minutes on each side. And then once the chicken's done, the zucchini's done, the pasta's done, I'll be able to throw this meal together with you guys. So I will get started on this and then pop back in to show you what is next. Now I'm popping in to show you the air fried garlic Parmesan chicken. I just really want to show you guys the seasoning I'm using. This is the Kinder's garlic Parmesan seasoning. It just makes it so much easier for seasoning something like this. So I purchased this at Sam's Club, but I'm sure you can find it at Walmart as well. And I believe they do still have this at Sam's Club if you're looking for this. So I'm going to sprinkle a nice generous amount on top of this chicken. But if you don't use this, you could always season with garlic, salt, pepper, onion powder, paprika, Italian seasoning, things like that. But this is what I highly recommend. Now we're finishing off my garlic Parmesan chicken Alfredo bowls. So right here, I have about half a cup of cooked protein pasta with evenly distributed zucchini in the bowl. You can see right there. The zucchini really just mainly is a way to add some extra volume to the food because being a diabetic, I'd much rather eat some vegetables than excess carbs and have to take more insulin and all of that good stuff. So here are my 4 portions. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1/3 cup of pre-made Alfredo sauce to each bowl. So I'm going to eyeball it as I always do. I'm just using the Great Value brand, but you can use whatever you like. Some of you may think I'm just so lazy for not make my own Alfredo sauce, but you know what? I'm gonna be real with you guys. It is just, I'm in the messy middle stage of life right now. So convenience is everything to me. So next I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder to each bowl, about half a teaspoon, as well as Italian seasoning. Add it all over. And this does a great job at amping the ambi of the sauce. So it doctors it up a little bit, so that way you can kind of trick yourself into thinking that you did make this homemade. So there we go. And next I'm just going to stir this up. Actually, I apologize. Before stirring it up, you want to add extra protein to this meal. And the one way I love doing that is by adding plain Greek yogurt. I know that freaks some people out, but it does a great job at adding some extra creaminess and protein to the meal. And to each bowl, I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. You could also do cottage cheese if you'd like, if that's more your thing. But personally, I prefer adding the Greek yogurt to bowls. So I just stir that all up so everything's evenly distributed, like so. One thing I love doing with plain Greek yogurt too is subbing it for the sour cream, because sour cream tends to have a lot of calories in it and not a lot of protein. So by adding the plain Greek yogurt, it kind of takes that nice tanginess of the sour cream, and I really enjoy that as well. And it does a great job in this dish, amping the protein and adding some great creaminess to the bowls. So there we have that. And then next, I'm going to cut my chicken up that was air fried and put 2 chicken tenderloins on top of each bowl. I know you guys probably think I'm so lazy, one for the Alfredo sauce, but also always doing air fryer. But I'm telling you, if you guys do not own an air fryer, it is just so wildly convenient to be able to air fry things and cook it. I air fry almost everything. I love air frying salmon in there, shrimp, chicken. It just cooks so easily, and it also does a great job at not heating your house up as much as like the traditional oven does. And it's hard because I live in New Jersey, and while it's not as hot as maybe Florida, it certainly isn't chilly up here by any means. So that helps. All right, so we have the bowls all set. And the last thing I'm doing, which may not be the lowest fat thing ever, but it adds a ton of flavor, is I melted 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 tablespoon of minced garlic in my microwave. And I'm just gonna take that and brush it on top of the chicken, because it will do a great job at adding that extra flavor of garlic and butter. And who doesn't love garlic butter? I know I certainly do. And add that to the top of each bowl. Yum. And then the last thing I am going to do here is I'm going to put some Parmesan on top. You can use grated, shaved, shredded. I'm using shaved because it's my favorite. And I'm gonna add that right on top. So there we have it. That is my garlic Parmesan Alfredo bowls. You can certainly make this with shrimp if you'd like, or steak, or whatever you'd like. But let me just show you guys what this looks like right here. It's delicious. So I will pop these in my fridge, and when I'm ready to heat these up, I'll pop them in my microwave for about 90 seconds, and I will be good to go for a healthy, high protein, diabetic friendly meal. Thank you guys for coming along with me today for my ride where I made my 2 meal prep meals for the beginning of August. So first I want to apologize, because as you can see, I'm not put together at all. I'm wearing a dirty shirt. I have no makeup on. My hair is just thrown up in a messy bun. And let me just start by saying, one, I do not like summer. It is hot. And when you're cooking, it gets even hotter. And the idea of putting makeup on and putting a cute outfit on is just crazy to me. So I apologize in advance for that. So you're getting my all natural look today. I hope you forgive me for that, but it just is what it is. It's just so hot outside. In the winter, you might get a better glimpse of me, but then I'll have a newborn, so probably not. You never know. But anyway, I digress. Thank you guys for coming along with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed my video and my recipes today. Give this video a nice thumbs up. It helps me and my channel. Check out all of my other meal prep videos. I try to post weekly meal prep videos on my channel that are diabetic friendly, high protein, low carb, and all of that good stuff. I hope you guys enjoy your week and have a beautiful day. Bye.